Yeah, we were on a mission, got my crew at my side. Scouring the shelves, we're down for the ride. Plastic warriors all lined up tight. From the comic shop counters to the late night site. It's the thrill of the hunt, gotta make it mine. I'm out here searching, yeah, I'm taking my time. I'll flip every aisle, don't care what it takes. For that rare chase piece, I'm raising the stakes. Action Figure Alliance, yeah, we're bringing the noise. Rolling deep, rolling heavy with my action toys. Collectors unite, we're breaking the chains. Plastic in hand, we're playing no games. From legends to villains, yeah, I got them all. Stacked up high, every hero, every ball. Every line, every wave, from the past to the new. It's a bond, it's a crew, we're the real toy zoo. Tear it through the packaging, no hesitation. Each piece, a reminder of dedication. We'll call it a phase, this ain't just a trend. These figures got a history, they're my closest friends. Action Figure Alliance, we're staking a claim. Battling for grails, don't care about fame. From the base of the shelves, we're making a stand. This is our world, you don't understand. Paint them, pose them, fix them up right. Customs in the works, we go all night. From the rarest grills to the two-towel finds. Each one's got a story burned in our minds. Action Figure Alliance, yeah, we're bringing the noise. Rolling deep, rolling heavy with my action toys. Collectors unite, we're breaking the chains. Plastic in hand, we're playing no games. We're playing no games. From legends to villains, yes, yeah, got them all. We're after legends and stories untold. Alliance forever till the end of the line. This is our mission, this is our pride. From legends to villains.
What's good, collectors?
What's up? How's everybody doing tonight?
Hope everybody is good out there. I am doing well.
Me too.
Trey, you doing well, man?
Oh yeah, doing great, man.
Good. So we've got kind of a packed show tonight. Lots of stuff we're going to talk about. Lots of stuff we're going to show off. I mean, actually, you know, when I think about it, there is actually quite a bit to go over. So
yeah,
we're gonna try to fit everything in. Actually, last week you managed to miss something, didn't you?
I did. We'll get to it later, but I did miss something. So we'll get to show that off too.
Right on. We hate doing that, but last week was also a crowded episode with a lot of stuff going on. So, but anyway, we are happy to see everybody here. I'm sure more are going to be piling in. But tonight, speaking of all the stuff we've got to cram in, we've got a very cool guest that we're excited about having on. Patrick Thomas Parnell from Riot Press Productions. Dude is a creator through and through. He's done comic books, action figures, Transformers. I mean, he's done a bunch of stuff on Indiegogo. He's starting to do some stuff on Kickstarter. He is just now venturing into, he's been in the smaller, like 1/18 4-inch scale figures for a bit, and venturing into the 6-inch 12 scale stuff. And man, we're excited to talk to him, and he's got some cool stuff he's going to show off. So without further ado, let's switch over and welcome Patrick. How are you doing, man?
Hey guys, how are you?
Great, man. Good to see you. Thanks for joining us.
We're doing awesome, man. Yeah, very happy to have you here. Got a lot to talk about, and
I like that setup behind you, Alan. That is beautiful.
I appreciate it. It's I've got a rather large collection, and I wanted to make it look good on screen, so I kind of set everything up to where it looked all equilateral, and it's a lot of fun, man.
Yeah, that's great.
I've actually done a couple of room tours and stuff too, so it's pretty neat. Trey has a collection that is mind-blowing in terms of army building and stuff like that. But man, you're no slouch there. There's quite
you got some stuff in the background there.
I've got a couple of things. It's kind of taken over the whole house.
It does
I've
that.
got like a bar room that is all G.I. Joe and Transformers. Behind me are like Mythic Legions, and then I got some masterpieces.
Right.
Got some Star Wars stuff over here. Yeah, I got Omega Supreme up there at the top.
Yep.
Which Omega Supreme? I gotta ask. Is that the HasLab one?
It's the
Oh, I'm
the
thinking. I'm thinking. The planet.
You're thinking Unicron. No,
Unicron.
no,
Yeah.
just the Siege Omega Supreme.
Oh, that's cool. Yeah, I love Omega Supreme, but every once in a while, yeah, between him and Unicron, I don't know why I had a brain fart there, but
It's all good.
so I was kind of giving a little bit of a rundown, a very brief rundown of.
And there's a
the
cat in the background too.
Ah, kitty.
I've got some
There-
dogs.
there's-
Out of here.
I normally don't have a lazy boy here, but my wife is pregnant and she likes to hang out with me in the studio. So to get a nice comfortable chair for her, I got this lazy boy.
Good
That's
stuff.
nice.
But the
Good
cats
stuff.
have taken it over.
That's cool. Well, man, I was trying to kind of give you a bit of an introduction, but man,
Oh, you did a good job. I was kind of blushing a little bit.
well, tell us about yourself, and then your background, and you can even get into some of the stuff you collect and things like that. We want to learn about you first.
Right.
Where do I start? Well, I mean, it all starts with comic books. I went to the Joe Kubert School of Cartoon and Graphic Art.
Oh man, nice.
I studied how to do sequential art, graphic stuff, painting, all that jazz there. From Joe Kubert, Andy Kubert, a lot of great instructors. After that, I went to a computer animation illustration school called the Ringling College of Art and Design. And it really focuses on illustration, computer animation, and also toy making. Like Hasbro hires a lot from
Oh wow.
the Ringling School. So I went to both those schools. During school, I did some work for the New York Times. I was trying to get work like during school, like I was very eager to kind of get out there. Um, After school, I did some work for Dungeons and Dragons,
That's
Okay.
cool.
and also D&D Gamma World, which is kind of like D&D in the future. So I did some work for Wizards of the Coast, and I actually went back and started teaching at Ringling at this point.
Oh wow.
Yeah, they because I always I really enjoyed when instructors did like demonstrations and stuff like that. So I kind of wanted to do that, and while I was at school, I told a lot of the professors that I was interested. So I mean, I was out of Ringling for a year, and they gave me a call and asked if I would teach illustration. So I jumped on that immediately.
Nice.
I taught at Ringling for about like 8 years or so. Um, Taught a lot of dudes that are at Pixar, gals that are at Pixar, same, guys and gals at Hasbro. Um, Dreamwave.
Nice.
So as I was teaching, I kind of stopped doing comic book stuff because I was so involved in curriculum, and but then it was funny. I was at I think it was Ratatouille, and I saw some shots. Good, like there was a lot of Ringling people that worked on Ratatouille, and I saw some shots that I was like, I totally showed some of those dudes how to do that shot right there.
That's cool.
And I was like, I need to do something, like I need and I kind of went back and was like, what did this all start with? And it all started with comic books.
Right.
So I kind of was like, all right, I'm gonna get into comics, so I really tried, got my portfolio together, and just reached out to everyone. I scooped up a job from Archie Comics,
Cool.
doing covers for things like Sonic the Hedgehog, also Mega Man. Um, I did some covers for, like, they have a line called, well, it was called Red Circle Comics, but then it changed to Black Circle. It's a very old superhero uh, comic book line from like the 50s or the 40s. Like it predates a lot of stuff. It predates it like Captain America. But
Yeah.
it was kind of like Archie's like superhero line of comics. I think they still might be making comics today. Haven't checked in a while, but did some covers for that as well. Uh, then moved over, did a cover true for Ninja Turtles.
Nice.
And then this is, shortly after this was about when COVID hit.
Mhm.
And we switched to teaching online, and I really wasn't into teaching online. Students have a lot of gall, like when they can't like see you face to face, and I experienced some not pleasant teaching experiences teaching online.
Right.
So
Can't imagine.
I I um I started exploring my options, and I saw a lot of people doing crowdfunding on places like Kickstarter and Indiegogo. So I started off real small on Indiegogo with a buddy of mine, like at the time, that was helping me. Well, not helping me. He and I created a character called Johnny Phantasm.
Right.
And we started off just we put together one book, and we made about $7,000. And then we did like an issue 2, and then that ended up doing like $34,000. So every time we did a campaign, it was doubling. And
Right.
then the last Johnny Phantasm uh, campaign we did over $100,000.
Nice.
Awesome. For it.
So
And this is just an individual issue of a comic book.
yeah.
Wow.
Well, we had toys involved at this
Okay.
point, and T-shirts and hats, because we did start off, Alan, just doing a comic book, but then we did we did toys, like you mentioned that we did some 4-inch figures. We did like this Kenner style version of our character Johnny Phantasm, with a company called Toy Pizza. That did very well. I mean, for us, it's like if 100 people buy it, it's like I'm over the moon.
Right.
But we've actually sold quite a few Johnny Phantasms. It was available on Big Bad Toy Store. They sold out. Like all the Johnny stuff that we've ever sent them, they sold out of all of it.
I'm going to pause you right there. I'm going to switch over and do some showing off while you're talking about some of these comic books that I'm pulling up.
Oh, right on. Oh, yeah. This is our website.
Yeah. Yeah.
Or no, this is our shop. This is our shop right here.
Right. So you guys can still
I
go out there.
I like your style, Alan. You send them right to the shop.
Yeah.
I try, man. I try. Well, I mean, you've got a lot of cool stuff out here. I mean, some of it is very indie. Some of it looks, the Seeker stuff looks more than indie. That looks very mainstream,
So I might have to check out this Johnny Phantasm. It's the skull based.
Yeah.
We're all about the skulls. Both our logos are skulls. So.
In case that wasn't obvious.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
that looks really cool, man. I definitely have to check that out on the website.
Yeah, so I and a friend of mine, Evan Posios, created Johnny Phantasm, and we did the first few issues together. But then Evan went off and did some of his own solo stuff. I stuck with Johnny Phantasm, and I finished the story that we started. And what's fun about Johnny Phantasm is, the first couple of issues, um, they're dated. It's like it's supposed to be like in like the story is supposed to be in 1977.
Okay.
Mhm.
Like the way we did the printing was we printed it on newsprint. So
Oh
like
wow.
the first like the 77 and 85, like we printed those on newsprint because we wanted to be reflective of kind of like the time period that these stories were happening. So this is actually a special we're happening with these right now because of the the Black Friday, Cyber Monday sales that actually go on forever. Usually this set is 35, but we got it up for 10.
I
Oh
Um,
mean,
wow.
but
Cyber
so
Wednesday at this point. Who cares?
yeah, Cyber Wednesday. Yeah, it's just too lazy to change it. So,
Hey, hey, that's our man.
but
For
yeah.
10
So
bucks,
these
I'll
are on
definitely check it out. For
so these are on newsprint, um, and it's cool, man. Like I love the smell of newsprint. I
Oh
like
yeah.
that feel. You can take the silly putty and put it on it and take it off, and it's on the silly putty. Um, but yeah, so our first, I think, 5 comics we did on newsprint, and then as we started to progress, Tony's a good dude.
yeah, Tony's Figs. Him and KJ were on the show not too long ago.
Right on. I believe last time I saw him was at, I think, Joe Fest.
Joe Fest. Yeah, we were at Joe Fest, and that's the
Yep.
first time I saw American Ninja X. So
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. The Seekers.
This looks cool. This
yeah, it
looks
does.
very cool.
So so something that's I just a spoiler just to kind of show you like how we play with words. Um, all the stuff that we do is something that I call neo nostalgia. It's like we're trying to do things that we all loved, like like you mentioned Transformers, in my mind I actually think more of like Diaclone.
Mhm.
Like I my first Transformer was actually a Diaclone. Um, but Robotech, all that stuff, that genre, Voltron. Um,
speaking my
uh,
language.
Yeah, he's the
yeah,
big
yeah,
stompy
yeah.
robot guy.
So it's like a lot of our stuff is very like throwback, but it's like we try to kind of modernize it a little bit. So
Nice.
so we mess with the word seekers here. Now, obviously, in the world of Transformers, the seekers is a jet, right? Well, all I can say is in our world, a seeker is not a jet. It's something completely different.
Okay.
And we just kind of play with that idea of last as seekers. People are going to think Transformers. Reading it, I'll tell you, you will be surprised. What we do here. If you're a fan of Voltron, Robotech, even Mask, um, definitely Transformers. Like you will love Last of the Seekers.
Well, that's cool. And I think it's worth showing off that. Let me pull this up here real quick. You can still get this figure on Big Bad Toy Store. And dude, this looks cool, man.
Oh, cool.
Did you make this with Ace from Ramen?
Yeah. Ace was the toy manager on this. I had Ace, like I used to do a Sunday show, and I would have different creators for comic books and toys on. That's why I met Ace. when he did the '80s Commanders. So we just kind of like chatted back and forth, and I like one of the things I said when I left teaching was I was like, I'm gonna do a robot story. I was like, I'm that's a bucket list thing that I have to do. So I befriended a CAD designer from Poland, Peter. He's the one who is the guy who basically did all the engineering on this jet and this robot here. Now he and I went back with some ideas, but I'll say he was definitely like the backbone of it. But I showed the prototype to Ace, and I was like, Ace, can you make this? And he was like, he's like, send it over to me. So I sent it over him. He's like, yeah. He's like, we can totally make this. And I was like, let's do it.
That's cool, man.
Nice.
Living the dream as far as us collectors go, to make your own stuff. You've got all the backstory with it. You've got the products, like the toys to support it. That's really cool, man. I mean,
it is
really cool.
And what's amazing about Big Bad Toy Store? So this is one. So this is the main character. His name is Max. But I think so. We had the red one was there. We had a white one, and we had a black and green one. They all sold out. So this is the main character. Obviously, like we had more of him made.
Sure,
but people are loving these guys.
nice.
Well, they look great, man. I mean, they really do.
So, like, we funded this on Indiegogo and we funded this on Kickstarter at the same time. And then, afterwards, we sent some most of the stuff out to the backers, and then we, sold some to Big Bad. We had a little bit of a trouble with the black and the red one, the gray one right there. Some of them were damaged. We're actually doing another wave right now, and we're doing that color again because we still owe some people that version of the Seekers.
I assume you'll do some extra to put up on Big Bad in your shop.
Eventually, first we have to honor the backers.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah.
Right.
We have to get them back. So they're gonna get them first. But then we got some new characters. That are popping up in issue 2 of the comic book. So yeah, I mean, I'm excited. It's funny, like you said, Patrick makes Transformers. It's like it's weird because it's like when I designed it, the story at least it's closer to Robotech.
Okay.
So it's like the robots kind of look. I mean, I think probably because the colors, the color scheme there is like the Destructicons. I think that like that kind of Decepticon type of color scheme, even a little bit like G2 color scheme there.
Yeah,
I think if I would have colored them more like an old school Diaclone or Robotech, people wouldn't say Transformers so much. But yeah, it's actually closer. It's like a mix between Robotech and the Iron Giant.
Okay. Cool. Okay, that's a good couple of things.
There's like I'm not giving too much away in the story, but so Max is basically he has like he's got a brain like the Tin Man, but there's other pilots that fly these spaceships around, but they need pilots. He's the only one that kind of like is like alive.
Okay.
So a lot of them are a lot of these factions are trying to figure out like why is he alive, and in the story he hooks up with a character actually based off of Gina Carano.
Oh, cool.
and she's like a pilot, and in theory, since we haven't gotten to issue 2 yet, but they travel from solar system to solar system looking for secrets of their past. Both of them have amnesia. They're trying to figure out where they came from, and it's kind of like kung fu or MacGyver. Like every issue, they go to a solar system and they have to deal with like the local
Okay.
problem.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
Cool.
Yeah.
And dealing with this problem, they unlock a secret about their past.
Nice.
That's
So
cool.
is this all your artwork here?
This is me and a illustrator, a fantastic illustrator named Matt Barr.
Okay.
I did the layouts. He did pencils. Then I went back and inked them and colored some of them. And then a friend of mine, Kelsey Shannon, colored some of them as well. So it's
cool.
kind of like it's very much so like a studio type of deal. It was
Right.
like we had like an assembly line. Yeah, and actually, like this cover came out great. Is this the only cover that's up right now?
I'm not sure. Yeah, I think that's the only one that I'm seeing.
We had another one. It might be available still. Like, do you ever go to agabus.com?
Yes, I've bought a couple of things from there, mostly third-party Transformers.
Yeah. I think they have a cover, a different cover, but it's by this really rad Transformer artist back from the Dreamwave
I remember the
era.
Dreamwave Transformers.
His name is Don Figueroa.
Okay.
He worked on Transformers Armada mostly. But we had him. He did some of the box art for the Seekers, and also he did a couple covers for us. And also, once we get there, American Ninja X, he did the cover for that book as well.
Nice.
Right on. Well, let's move on over to American Seeker X if you want, or American Seeker X.
Hey, listen, I'm not gonna lie. I like that name.
I had turkey and I was about to fall asleep on the couch before the show, so I'm catching up here a little bit.
So one thing before we move on, you mentioned you went to the Joe Kubert School, which is awesome because I grew up reading comics and all those ads for the Kubert School. I was an artist as a teen, and I really wish I would have kept up with it. But what was it like at the Kubert School? How did that mold you into the artist you are?
Oh, I mean, it was amazing school, and it like dramatically, molded me. Like even after the Cuba school, I went to a college, like a bachelor degree college. Cuba school was way better, and it was at that time that I went. It was like Adam was teaching, Andy was teaching, Joe was teaching. You had just fantastic instructors at that time. Fernando Ruiz, who drew Archie forever. He worked there at the time. Dave DeVries, a painter. He did like one of those entire like Marvel Fleet series, like 97, 96, like those nice cards. John Ostrander, who created the Suicide Squad,
Nice.
he was our writing instructor.
Nice.
Yeah, it was like Sergio Carolero, who did the Action Bible, but he also worked on Azrael. He was our figure drawing teacher. The time that I went, it was like on point.
It sounds like it was a golden age for the school.
So were you still all on paper, or was it digital, or was it a mixture of both?
Oh no, that was all on paper. Like especially
nice.
then, the new Macs were just starting to come in, like those color Macs, those
Mm.
TV color Macs. So it's like, we learned how to like hand letter, making the balloons and using the Ames guide.
Nice.
Just learning how to do everything by hand, color, airbrush. Um, it was great. And it was intense too, because we had 10 classes a week and every
Wow.
class had homework.
Right. Nice. Old school comic book art.
That's awesome.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
I always see the
It was like
advertisements for
crazy,
Joe
like
Kubert
boot
School,
camp.
and always wonder what it was like. So it's really cool to hear that firsthand experience.
Right.
But yeah, so I've got this pulled up here, man. Trey and I saw. I think we met you very briefly
Hmm.
at Joe Fest.
Mhm.
Ace gave us a tour through the entire booth, and
I love Ace, like when he's in convention mode.
Yeah.
the guy was
Dude,
so welcoming
he's
and
so
so
slick.
pleasant. Yeah, he gave us this like perfect tour around the booth.
He's got his shiny ramen shirt on, and he's just like he just dances you through that booth. And
Yep.
and we did something really interesting with the our booth. Like we made like a little U, so you had to go
Mhm.
like inside of our booth and kind of come out.
Yep, yep. We've got firsthand pictures of these, and a lot of the other stuff, and we'll touch on some of that coming up here. But man, these were great designs. We were struck by them, right away. Are dying to get these in our collection.
Right.
And I mean, this comic book art here looks fantastic too.
Yeah.
So I mean, we're both Trey and I are comic book readers.
Mhm.
No strangers to having many long boxes worth of books.
Yeah.
So looking forward to the whole thing.
I mean, like go back to the cover like real quick. Like if you're a fan of like Storm Shadow and Snake
Yes.
Eyes, like
Yes.
this is the book for you.
I love some G.I. Joe. Right
yeah.
now, the Skybound Energon universe is killing it.
Oh
The
yeah,
whole thing
yeah,
is
I know.
amazing. I am enamored
We
with
dodged
it.
the bullet on that one. I read Cobra Commander, like the first one, and I was like, thank God. I was like, someone finally knows how to write Cobra Commander.
Oh man, yeah, they're killing
They
it.
nailed it.
Yeah.
I read Transformers 14 last night, and I was just surprised. No
I'm
spoilers.
on 13,
No
man.
spoilers.
So zip it.
Yeah.
But Patrick, tell us about American Ninja X here. Like, what are we looking at? What's going on with this? I think everybody kind of wants to know.
So, American Ninja X, he actually makes his cameo in Johnny Phantasm Extreme 93.
Okay.
Okay.
And he's actually part of, at the time that we see him, he's kind of like in like a Spider-Man and Amazing Friends type of situation. It's like him and like a fire chick and an ice chick, and he's kind of like a Daredevil, Spider-Man type of character, but patriotic. And he makes his cameo in that, and then he makes his cameo, or he comes back again in Johnny Phantasm 2001. But I wrapped up Johnny Phantasm. We did 10 issues, and we did those 4-inch counter style figures with Toy Pizza, and we did those very well. We made many waves of those. I think we did like 5 or 6 waves of Johnny Phantasm in different colors. And like you met, you actually you hit the nail right in the head in the introduction. Like we wanted to get into this world of 6-inch action figures, and of course, like my knee jerk reaction would be to go with Johnny Phantasm, but I wanted to do a figure that, like, if this was the only figure I was ever going to do at this 6-inch scale, what would it be? And I was just like, American Ninja X, because he's like a mix between Spider-Man, Daredevil, Captain America, Snake Eyes, like all these things that
Michael Dudikoff.
actually, that's the U.S. Assassin, which I'm sure we'll get to like in a
Okay.
second, because U.S. Assassin is kind of like the storm shadow of the story, you know.
Nice.
Gotcha. That's cool.
But so you know, I was like, if I was only going to do one figure, what would it be? You know, what would be the dream figure? And what you guys saw at Joe Fest was what me and Luke Wakeford came up with. The comic book version of American Ninja is different than this. I hooked up with Luke. Luke is a sculptor. He's a fantastic sculptor. He's done a lot of stuff for ramen. Um, he's worked on many MCU movies,
Mm-hmm.
and basically, you know, what he did was he made like an MCU version of my comic book character.
Nice.
Uh, so yeah, you know, it was just making the dream action figure basically.
Well, I mean, it looks like a dream action
Yeah,
figure.
it looks really good. Can
This
you
looks
scroll down a
really,
little bit, Alan? I want to look at kind of something you had. If you scroll down a little bit, that right there. So that answers a question that I had about the backpack. Does the backpack come apart? And I see that it does, and I'm assuming it stores a weapon or it stores the throwing star ninja stars or.
Yeah. It stores the like the ninja claws, and
Mhm.
then there's little pegs that the stars fit on.
Nice.
Yeah,
that's
yeah.
super
Like
cool feature.
I really liked what they did with the Zartan backpack.
Hmm.
How they made it so functional. So you know, I was like, again, if I was only gonna make one figure, you know, I wanted to have all my little favorite parts, even down to
Right.
the soft goods. You know,
Right. That, in a soft goods cape, that's awesome, man. We love our soft goods. Is there a wire in that cape by chance or no?
there is.
Oh, nice.
There's
Nice.
got to be.
Yeah, man.
Awesome.
You know what we like in the 1/12 scale. That's good.
All right.
And then so we had this gentleman named Shulong Tan, who was actually my student at Ringling. Rewind a little while back at the college like that I taught. He's worked on every single Black Series action figure since Rogue One. He did Sergeant Slaughter for G.I. Joe Classified. He did Snake
Nice.
Eyes 00.
Hmm.
And you know, I basically called in a favor for the articulation. You know, I was like, can you do? I wanted exactly Snake Eyes 00, like the first GI Joe Classified. So he doesn't have the butterfly joint, but that's the way he's designed. You know,
Right.
he's not like a Mayfex type of figure, but he still has a lot of movement.
Right. I noticed it was pinless joints, right?
What's that? Oh yeah,
Pinless
yes,
joints. Yeah.
yep.
That's a big bonus we look forward. I look forward.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Um,
I mean, it looks awesome, man. So let's move on and talk about this guy.
Okay, so US Assassin is the creation of a comic book artist named Mark Polton, who worked on Hawkman, and then also an illustrator named Mike McMahon. And they had a character. Well, they not have. They have a character named the U.S. Assassin. And when Luke made his new version of the MCU version, as we like to call, of American Ninja, I thought he kind of looked a little bit close to the U.S. Assassin. And so I reached out to them and I was like, hey, is this guy too close to, your guy? And they're like, no, like, not at all. And we got talking and they really wanted to do an action figure too. So I was like, why don't we like kind of combine forces?
Yeah.
And
The more the merrier. Come on. That's awesome.
yeah. I mean, share some tooling, and then do a crossover comic book as well.
Yeah.
Because Mark was gonna write it, I was gonna draw it, and just a really cool jam piece. And then he's also a huge GI Joe fan, a huge American Ninja fan. Right there, you see the
The dude cough head. Yeah.
yeah. I mean, if you say so. I mean,
It's a good likeness. It's a good likeness. Yeah.
Coincidental.
If you're a child of the '80s, you grew up watching ninjas. Ninjas was everywhere. GI
Yeah.
Joe. I loved watching ninja anything. So, several lines have come out, and I had to have the ninjas. The Fwoosh ninjas. I have several of those. Those are cool. I really like this. Big GI Joe fan here. So I am all about these two characters, and excited to get them in a line, and hope to have those as soon as you can get them on the market. I'm sold. So that's a take my money.
We're working on it.
And the weaponry looks great too. So looking at sword, I love how things store in the backpack. That's a real big bonus for me.
It is. Yeah, that's a very nice touch.
And
here's a good illustration of that. So
Okay.
you can see the claws and the throwing stars storing up in there nicely.
I especially with the American Ninja, like I wanted him to be able to carry everything. Like sometimes I hate when you get so many accessories. It's like you have to kind of pick and choose. So it's like I wanted to make it so there was a place for everything on him.
That's awesome, man.
Yeah, we like that. Some of the early Joes were doing that really well. Seems like recently they've kind of stopped that, and yeah, that is a bit of a. I'm totally with you. It's kind of
sometimes you have a dilemma. You're like, do I give this dude like a shotgun, or is he gonna get like a machine gun? Like,
yeah, exactly. Well, man, these look fantastic. So, unfortunately, it doesn't seem like the Kickstarter has gotten the amount of traction that you were hoping. With that being the case, oh yeah, and you've got your black and white versions here, which are also super cool. So I know you've got plans though. Can you clue us into what some of those plans are? Or
well, I mean, you brought this up in your intro. Like before, we mainly did campaigns on Indiegogo. We've dabbled a little bit with Kickstarter. So I think we kind of have to kind of get used to the platform and how to best use it, as far as advertising goes and stuff like that. Because, I think ultimately just not enough people saw it.
yeah,
because like everyone that sees it seems to be stoked about it.
Right.
So I think it's just a matter of getting more eyeballs on it. So we're still trying to get people to back it. Show some support.
Right.
It's probably not going to fund, but pretend shop.
Well, I mean, honestly, showing that you've got the more and more backers you can get, even if it doesn't fund, still shows promise for like you were kind of saying, any investors that would come through, and it helps. I mean, people get excited about things.
I mean, within 3 days of having this Kickstarter up, like we had retailers already trying to do bulk orders.
Right.
And it was like we could. I mean, like I wanted to do it, but it was like But we can't do that yet. It's like we have to fund it first. So, we're kind of using this as a practice swing. We kind of got the prototypes a little bit late. Now we have them. Dan Larson from Toy Galaxy had him for a little while. He did a little photo shoot with them. We sent him over to this gentleman who does photos for BBTS. He's gonna be doing some pictures with them. So I mean, we're just gonna, if it doesn't fund, like, we're just gonna turn around and just put up a new sign up immediately, and
Right.
just kind of just still spread the word about it.
Hopefully
I
we
still
can.
have, I have wave 2 of Seekers being made, right now.
Right.
We have issue 2 of that coming out. So I mean, I have stuff to keep me busy. I'm not going to be, just sitting on my hands. But I think people want this. I think whoever sees it wants it. We just have to get more
Yeah.
people to see it.
Yeah,
That's
yeah,
right.
I think that's it exactly.
Will you be at Joe Fest 25 this year?
I plan to. Yep.
Nice.
Yeah. So I think me and Ace will be there.
Nice.
Riot Press and Ramon right next to each other, and I think we're gonna try to go maybe a little bit more heavy with the setting up. We love setting up at conventions. I really like what the Four Horsemen do, how they kind of have a little scene,
Right.
So I think we're gonna have a nice setup. Man,
Nice.
that M16 looks very good
Yeah, it
in
does.
Michael's hands.
It does. It does.
Oh yeah, I mean these figures look great, man. Yeah, we definitely want them in our hands. And that's why we had you on specifically. We've talked to Ace, and we've had a bunch of people on and stuff, but we're excited about this, and
Right.
I know you've got plans, and I know you're working on these, and regardless of the way the Kickstarter turns out, I mean, you've got my money. I was
Yep.
an early backer on this. I don't know how early, but I saw him and I was
Thank
like, oh yeah, put me down for all of it.
So hopefully we can help you spread the word with people like Tony's Figs and other YouTubers. We can help spread the word about this line, and
I like that side by side right there.
Yeah, that's a great
I
one.
mean, Ace got rave reviews over these, Aces of Aviation, and so I can imagine, just the quality that you're going to get with this, or that prospectively we would be getting with this when, or maybe if it happens. But
Let's say when. I think when is a good thing.
I think when. Yeah. But man, these look fantastic. So everybody needs to go out and give these a back, even if it doesn't come through. It's still showing support and showing that you want them, and that can only do help light that fire under Patrick to keep pushing on this and make this a reality.
Got a question from Son of a Crayon Slayer. He said he didn't get a good look at the M16. Is it an A1 or an A2?
That is
I'm getting back up there.
The sculpt of the U.S. Assassin guys. So I'm not sure what they went with.
Okay.
I don't think it's an M16 though.
Close enough.
I'm not a gun guy, so you got me there. We've had some gun guys on stream, and they've always been very good about helping us out. Like, somebody was explaining to me the differences between like a clip and a magazine. That was interesting because I'm like, I don't know. But
his thanks looks cool. It does.
Well, yeah. So go check him out on Kickstarter, and see what you can do for him. And I mean, hey, there is still the possibility of getting this funded. I would really hope for that to happen. But even if this is just a practice swing, it would be awesome to show your support. And
I've seen some interesting things happen on Kickstarter.
oh well, it definitely ramps up like crazy right there at the end.
Yeah.
And especially as stretch goals on things get unlocked and stuff like that. So yeah, I mean,
Yeah, I was hoping to get to 20,000, because at 20,000 we have some variants that we were gonna unlock that people. I would like people to see them at least on the way out, because I think people would be pretty blown away on what we're planning to do with these guys.
is that on the page here down at the bottom?
If you go to updates.
Okay.
Hey, it could happen. You're not very far away from 20,000, so I'm
20K reveal available here and at Joe Fest in very limited numbers. So if this drops, be quick. So not getting much detail here, just some silhouettes.
Yeah. What do they look like? I don't know.
And then you've got this is really cool.
Yeah, that's a fan of the campaign actually made that, and
Oh.
said we could use it. So I was like, hell yeah,
Nice.
I appreciate that.
that looks cool.
Yeah, that is slick. That is slick. Well, yeah, I mean, I think you've got good stuff coming in the future. I am totally looking forward to it. And
I mean, it's gonna happen. We've Riot Press. We've done 15, 16 campaigns. Like we've funded all of them. This is the only one that we didn't quite make. And I think there's some factors that we could help greatly. Just the fact that more people know about it just today is going to help. But like, we've got some more videos coming out of it. We've got some more photos coming out of it. I'm sending these guys around on like a little tour. Like they're gonna
Nice.
go and hang out with like different viewers. Yeah, absolutely.
For sure, we would love that.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, I mean, yeah, I can't say anything more about it than I've already gushed over these. I think they look fantastic. And, we just, want to see them. And, hey, I would love to be able to show them off on the stream.
That would be great.
Trey and I have been talking about doing some unlive videos where, maybe doing some reviews and stuff like that, or in this case, maybe a preview or something. So that would be a lot of fun, dude.
We've done a couple live unboxings of certain, waves of stuff that's come through Monster Force. We did one for
that Monster Force stuff is pretty all right, huh?
It is, man. We love it. Yeah. So this is a T-shirt from a group, Monster Force Collectors and Customs on Facebook. So if you get a chance to check that out, look that up, join that group.
Yeah, I mean, I was really it was weird. Like I knew they were going to be solid, but then I mean, it's just like how much stuff you can do with them. It's just crazy. All the little tubes, like knobs, like all the different heads.
Even taking it as far as kit bashing a Marvel Legends with a head sculpt to make a little bit of an army builder.
That's pretty cool.
So took the head sculpt, the extra head sculpt that came with the Delta Red, popped it on a cheap Captain America figure, and there you go.
So
before you actually do you mean like Ollie's?
Well, yeah, this was this Captain America figure was deep discount on BBTS recently. I bought 4 of them. So I've taken every time I take these heads and pop them on, they just pop right on, and I give them like a Valaverse gun or whatever I have laying around left over from G.I. Joe or Gridiron Studios or whatever, and throw them on the shelf for the rest of the collection so far. The shelf is filling out nicely, and more Monster Force to come. So we really like that line too.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, Patrick, before we get into showing off the figures and all that kind of stuff, because we got a lot of that to do left on the show, I wanted to show off one other thing. Something else that I'm excited about here. Titanium Titans. I believe you have some involvement with this, right?
Yeah, a little bit.
Well, why don't you tell us about these guys?
So this is something that Ace and I have been working on for quite some time.
Yeah, we saw them at the show, and got a little bit of some backstory on them, and I thought they looked great there too. But yeah, I'm curious. I want to hear more about it, and glad to have you here to give us some firsthand behind the scenes knowledge.
Well, this toy line and concept is just really fun. I mean, if people take a gander, they'll notice that it's basically the Quicksilver buck and the Munstar buck that Ramen had. We just kind of really added a lot of stuff to them. We did some retooling, but we used those bodies basically as like bucks, and yeah, looks great. I love seeing these. The orange, actually, the orange one is my favorite.
Oh yeah.
So actually, again, Shulong, who did the articulation for American Ninja, he made all these parts, all these the gears and the weapons and the new heads. Yeah, he's actually translucent.
Oh yeah. This figure is badass looking.
So we kind of made these like a bunch of soldiers, and then there's a main guy named Captain Cypher. So it started off, Ace was working on that, but then Ace has a million and one things going on at Ramen, so he kind of passed it over to me. I kind of wrapped it up basically, and then we have a weekly comic strip that goes along with it right now on Webtoons. Getting people used to the characters. We didn't want to just put up a rad looking, space marine line. Like we want some backstory here. So my job was basically to make the lore of the Titanium Titans.
I mean,
And the same thing that I mentioned before. If it revolves around that phrase neo nostalgia.
right.
If you like Voltron, Transformers, Silverhawks, Masters of the Universe, you'll like this story.
Nice.
Well, yeah, you can come right out here and start digging in already, which is fantastic.
So you mentioned the comic strips. Are those going to kind of get formed into the comic and have issues, or?
Yeah. So like the way that Webtoons kind of works is you scroll up and down. If you hit the button, it might be Webtoons.
Yeah, I'm putting the link in chat real quick first to the Titanium Titans webpage. Let me get that Webtoons site open here real quick, and you can show that off.
So yeah, I mean the plan is to once we're done with the story, every week I've missed a couple weeks, but we put up just a little bit. We kind of treat it like actually go to jump back for a second, Alan,
Okay.
and go to part 5, because that's like it's kind of like a catch up week where it's like just all the strips. Like so we do them like comic strips, like
Mhm.
old school like comic strip styles, where it just shows you like just a little piece of the story.
Well,
Um,
that's cool, man.
Yeah.
yeah,
I haven't used
it's
Webtoon
like
before.
sometimes I'll just draw like a panel a week, you know.
Yeah.
And we're just like it's just something for someone to look forward to, you know, on their when they're settling at work on Monday morning, they can just
Okay.
open up the phone
Okay.
and
So is it just me, or does this look a little bit reminiscent of the last of the Seegers figure?
kind of. But it's huge though. It's
Right.
like you know, the Last of Seeker space jets are kind of like
Single
speeders.
feeders.
That's literally like I was thinking like a Mega Supreme,
Okay.
Oh wow.
like or like the size of like the Enterprise, like big.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, man, this is really cool. So what is the word on these figures? Are they going to, are you going to do a Kickstarter with them, or um, what's the plan for that?
We're gonna. I mean, it's gonna be like a crowdfunding type of deal. Like I'm not sure if it's going to be like pre-orders or if we're going to be doing Kickstarter. You know, we constantly are kind of changing our mind on that. But you know, right now we are just kind of focusing on getting the story out there for people.
Nice.
And then we're really fine tuning these action figures. Um, like you know, every week like Ace shares something with me a little bit more. And you know, like we're really trying to make um, like a really fun space line, you know,
Cool.
like a full on line, you know.
Sounds good to me. I'm
Yeah.
in. Well, cool, man. I think we could go on talking about all this stuff for ages and ages, but I think we should probably move on a little bit because we were already starting to show some figures and stuff, and I think
Right.
we're all probably itching to get into some of that. Um, and I think you were planning on hanging out with us for a bit still, right?
Yeah, I'll hang out for a little bit.
Awesome,
Awesome,
man.
awesome.
Awesome.
Well, the first thing that we generally do on our show is one second. I got to remember. I got to find the right one because I made a thing. So I did that. That's a little intro for what we call our new hotness segment, and which is where we just kind of show off things that we've recently picked up and are been having fun with. Or in Trey's case, I know he's going to cheat. He's going to do one that he just recently opened.
Oh
Hey,
yeah.
yeah, I finally got to open it and enjoy it. It's new hotness to me.
Well,
So
let's see it, man. Why don't you start us off here?
all right. Got lots of stuff this week. I'll start off with the recently opened things, and there's things falling from the
He's
shelf.
just throwing stuff around.
Yeah, things throwing stuff around. So finally, at Retro Toy Con, was talking to Stelios at the Savage Crucible stuff, and I
Ah.
finally opened these guys, and I bought this slate here, and I had a gear pack that goes along with this guy. So I did the heating and popping and swapping the legs and the armor, and kitting these guys out, and they're really cool, man.
Yeah.
These Savage Crucible figures are nice. The weaponry, I love this head sculpt on this guy right here with the big old flared out lizard head and articulation in the jaw. So yeah, I might have to pick up some more. I mean, I don't know where I'm going to put them, but yeah,
Those are great
pretty.
figures.
Those are pretty sweet. And then this fella back here, I do have quite a bit of. I caught it. I do have quite a bit of Masters of the Universe, Masterverse, and I'm going to dig it out from storage. And but this Skeletor is amazing. This throne, Lights
that,
change, and
like I've been tempted with that one.
it's definitely worth it. You got the Havoc staff over here, and you got this I don't remember
Well,
what that one's
you're
called, but
tempting me with it right now. That's
yeah,
way cooler than I was thinking.
it's it's really cool, and I want to now. I want to make a dio like this. Even this skull head up top rotates and moves. It can look at people, and uh, the furry seat, and his cape comes off. So this all came as a set, but yeah, it's a really nice one, and I'm excited to finally have it opened. And yeah, Skeletor just ran away.
They need to have those lights USB powered. Is that only battery powered right
They're
now?
battery powered. Yeah,
Okay.
they're battery powered. So, all right, Abby's gonna like this.
What did
I
you
don't
do?
ever buy wrestling, but I got Sergeant Slaughter. He was on sale on BBTS. The evil Sergeant Slaughter, and I have the kit that we got at Joe Fest to make the classified version of it.
That's badass.
So I have that, and I still need to customize it. But
with the Cobra belt, right?
Yep, the Cobra belt and everything.
Yeah.
I think Grindhouse Toys did that, and I picked it up, but it was unfinished. We didn't get there in time to do the class, but I was like, all right, I'll pick this guy up and get the soft goods and have this version of Sergeant Slaughter in the collection. And then picked up Marvel Legends, which I told myself I wouldn't do, but I got to have some Logan and some Deadpool. Now, looking at this Deadpool, it's very similar to the other version for Deadpool 2 that came out. And I really like that one. So I kind of have that one.
Is that the same one?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's pretty much the same one.
Well, no, Patrick's got it too.
Oh, yeah. So they're great figures. And then I started doing...
His texture is great.
All right, we'll flip to Action Force. My Action Force stuff came in. So we got the head pack, which looks really good. The Karak head over here looks really great. So excited to put those on some figures. The hand packs, both of them. And yes, there's a few middle fingers in there.
As there should be.
Yeah, some OKs, some pointies, get all your directional movement out of those. Then to go with that, I got the Legends of the White Dragon. This was a Rhode Island Comic-Con exclusive. And he put that on the site. And it's got it's not Jason David Frank's signature, but it's a version of his signature, a print of it on there. I just thought it was cool. I don't know that I'm actually going to open this. I'm probably going to, you can see the light catches it right and it shines right. But the actual figure of this is really, really nice. And I have it in my swarm for Action Force. And then Pandora. This version of Pandora is really nice. The leather suit, the print on the back. Happy to have her. This version of her, I know this is probably Bobby's favorite character, and we're gonna get many more. But I like the weapons. I like the color scheme. That black and red. Love some black and red coloring.
Not so sure about the makeup on the head, though.
Yeah, the makeup on the head, she's a little jokerish, but I mean, it is. If she's, kind of gothy and got some dark makeup on, I could see it.
But she's intended to be scary, so
she's scary.
Yeah.
Got two more of these guys, which I wish I had more money to get a whole army of these. I think I have two. This is the 3 and 4. So I got those guys in the collection. Going to go next to Jada Toys. And I can't say enough about this line. Jada Toys Street Fighter stuff is awesome. Took some pictures and posed them up. And these are just fun to pose and set in fight. Did some fight photography with it. Both of these against each other. A set of photos where she wins, a set of photos where he wins. So those are on the Instagram Toyomic displays. But I think the best thing about her is her hair rotates. So you can move these little pigtails around and give them action and kind of articulate them to make it look like,
motion.
she's motion. And if she's doing some super high kick, she's super flexible and she does a lot of high kicks in her moves. And he has a gold necklace, which is really cool. There's not as many hands. Like she has open hands and he has like a pointer finger and a thumbs up. But you really don't need much. They're fighters. They're hitting people. So those two are great. Kind of getting down to the end of it. But I picked up this Horus figure from TB League.
What do you think? I'm curious.
I like it, man. I have several TB Leagues that I've customized, and my own avatar of Toyomic displays is made from a TB League figure with soft goods. But yeah, I'm really loving it, man. The weapons are nice. The articulation's great. The head sculpt looks fire on him, and he goes great with the Forgotten King. This is the last line of defense till you get to the Forgotten King. So I love making characters for different stuff for my own headcanon. And to me, I saw that and I was like, yep, I got to get it. That's going to go great with the Forgotten King, kind of his last.
How tall is he in comparison to the rest of the stuff?
So here you go. Turn the Forgotten King around here. And he's on a stand, so pop him off the stand. So they're right. I mean, it's right there at it. You can kind of tell. Move them down. But yeah, he's right there at the same height.
Okay.
So it really works.
Cool.
And so there's that. And then I bought a couple figures. I already showed the other got two of these guys. I actually got two more. I just need more head sculpts. So if I get another Delta Red, couple Delta Reds, I'll build out the army. I bought a Marvel Legends Egghead figure, and the Egghead looks dumb. So I just popped that off, and I put this head sculpt. I just thought he looked cool.
Yeah, he does.
You can kind of be an evil doctor. You always need an evil doctor.
Dentist.
Yeah, evil dentist. Yeah, whatever. And then I had customized these bodies, and I'll probably paint them. But these are Marvel Legends bodies, and then I had some extra Tomax and Zaymont. I popped their legs off, and I kind of glued them together. Now these guys are really tall, so I popped the vampire heads on them.
Oh, I was going to ask about the heads.
Yeah, the heads are vampire heads, so these are other vampires for the Monster Force line, and so room to customize with those guys. I can paint them up, and pretty much that's that. And then
he's still going, ladies and gentlemen.
I know.
We go over to the share screen. I got one more thing to show.
It's been a short week.
Yeah, I actually got a lot of stuff this week, so go over to the share screen. I got one more thing to show.
Oh, okay. All right. Dang. What you got? Man, and will you get it on the first attempt?
yeah, exactly. Let's go here.
I'm scared.
Yeah, it takes me a while to get the stuff. Sorry. Oh, right here it is.
We're all bated breath here, man.
Yeah. Here we go. So every year, my wife gets me a Christmas ornament. So this year, she got me a G.I. Joe Christmas ornament. And
it's like a lunchbox?
It's a lunchbox.
That's cool.
So I hung this on the tree with all the Star Wars and Marvel and DC and everything else that she's got me over the years. And Um, this is, I guess, the year of G.I. Joe. She got this for me. I really like it. Oh, and then here's some of the pictures I did for the
Now
Cammy
you're
and
just going
DJ.
off script.
Yeah, off script. I'll scroll through them real quick. But it's so fun to pose these figures and set them up, man. I mean, so that was me having fun.
That's cool. So, Patrick, do you have some stuff you want to show off?
Well, he already showed the Deadpool,
Stealing thunder from our guest, Trey? What the hell?
but I
Yeah.
got him as well.
Nice.
The head sculpt looks pretty good, damn good.
Yeah,
on that
I mean,
thing.
Yeah,
the head sculpt is really good, but the texture is really good. It's like they have like this. It's like that. It's hard. I'm not sure. Is it picking it up? It's like a little
Not really.
hatching.
Oh yeah, there it goes. Okay, yeah, kind of like
you
a
gotta see it.
honeycomb crosshatch kind of thing.
Yeah, it just gives it like such a real nice feel to it. But him and Deadpool are both like that. And then, I mean, you guys kind of caught me off guard here a little bit. So this is just the stuff that I have around. Let's
all
keep
right.
that in mind.
Okay, you show it
All
off.
right, man.
I'm
Nice.
rearranging my DC cabinet. So this is my favorite version of Batman, and I literally just put him over here just to kind of like inspire me.
Nice.
The Azrael Batman,
And that's
and
the
then
McFarlane one, right?
and then most recently I've been getting into these guys. I want to set them up first, because Trey was doing such a good job with his. I feel like I have to try harder.
I hear you.
He set the bar kind of high, so I have to go for display ability. I've been getting into Black Major.
Okay.
That's 1/18 scale, right?
Yeah. Now, if you don't know what Black Major, everyone knows what it is, I think. But I really enjoy this stuff.
Nice.
Ah, okay.
So for those that don't know about Black Major, just share what Black Major is.
So they are, I mean, they're kind of like knockoffs, really.
Right.
It's like the dude has he's got like either he has the plates or he made his own plates off of old school GI Joe stuff. Like nothing I think older than the third wave. It's all
Right.
old stuff. And he uses like Firefly a lot.
Mm-hmm.
He uses Storm Shadow a lot.
This is the Cobra Troopers and the officers, and so kind of 82 through 83, 84-ish realm for vintage Joes.
Yeah, and he kind of just makes these different like squads. He does a lot of cool bats.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, I'm really into these guys. It's like I have a couple sets of them because he'll make up like these teams.
And where do you get those?
Mainly from his Instagram.
Mm-hmm.
There was a dude that was set up at Joe Fest that was selling them. I don't know if he was affiliated with them or not, but
If he was selling his collection or what? Yeah.
yeah, like it was kind of like very flea market feeling. He just had this out on his table.
Did you do the lobby swap at all? We did that, and that was interesting.
Oh, I mean, I walked it.
Yeah.
Actually, no. I'm sorry. I did. I bought a Sergeant Slaughter.
Nice.
But no, like these dudes are awesome. And again, like I kind of just keep them over here to like inspire me. But I mean, I didn't know we were showing off. I mean, I've got stuff behind me. But
Well, hey, dude, that was that was
Yeah.
really cool the way you even kind of set it up and then tilted the
Yeah.
camera down. I dug it. That's good stuff. Those look pretty slick.
yeah, I like them.
Anything else you're wanting to show off, or?
No, I'm good. I'm
Okay.
good.
All
Yeah.
right. Well, I've got some stuff that I'm going to get to. I don't know if I'll get to all of it, but I had a bit of a sizable week as well. So first off, I took advantage of the Hasbro sale
Nice.
that they had and picked up some, some Joes, of course. I actually did not have this version of Bazooka, so I really dig it.
Yeah. That's a
That
great
is
figure.
a really cool figure. I love how you can see on the missile there, or the rocket, whatever you want to call it, how it's got like, some coloring and stuff on it.
Mhm.
Yeah.
And then you've got that one that's got like the caution lines.
Mhm.
Cool figure.
And
I'm surprised that I didn't go in on it earlier.
you got to have him ready when Alpine gets there, man. He's best buddy. No, that's
Well,
Doc.
And I got a Doc. I got a Doc. He looks pretty awesome. I haven't had a chance to open him yet.
Doc's great too. So the best thing about that Doc figure is the foldable cart.
Oh, those are cool.
And I got some Valkyries. I just a couple of things that I'd passed on originally that I was kind of like, oh hell, you know what? I should go back and pick these up. Good discount. Happy to pick them all up.
That's a good example of what we were talking about. How sometimes there's just too many weapons.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That looks like
I
it
wasn't
could be the case, but I'd
much of
rather
a
that
fan
than
of the-
I guess too few.
Yeah.
But
Yeah, well, I mean, obviously, but it's such a dilemma. It's like,
it's a balance, right?
yeah.
And then I picked up another trouble bubble.
The trouble bubble.
I picked up another trouble bubble because of our boy Mark.
Hey, Gridiron.
Our boy Mark
That's
Oh, he did that.
yeah.
did
That's
it up
cool.
with the legs, and I love it. It's pretty awesome. And I'm in for level 2 and level
And
3 of the
3.
upgrades for this thing, so I had to get another. It
That's
just
cool.
looked too awesome. But wait, there's more. I also did
Oh, nice.
this.
Mech legs in the rocket.
That's
Yep,
pretty
nice.
cool.
yep. And I love how he's got kind of the lens is shiny there, and you've got some articulation, and even some blast effects.
Mm-hmm.
Dig this thing, man. I just thought Cobra all the way. I'm in.
Nice.
But wait, if you order today, you will also get another drone on tank treads this time.
Oh,
Nice.
that's fun.
Yeah. So, I mean, these things are super cool. I am actually really impressed. The fact that these are 3D printed, you could not tell, I mean, if you knew what you were looking for, you can see the signs, but otherwise, man, they are cool.
You put that AFA 10 discount code to use. I like it.
I did. we had Patrick, we had Mark on the show a couple weeks back, and he gave us a discount code, and I was like, hell yeah. So yeah, that's pretty much my new hotness. It was a good week. I've had a lot of fun with those. So yeah, I think we've got some more stuff that we're going to do. I think we've got some Take My Money to come up, right?
Yep.
Let's see it. Let's do it. I love my graphics, man. I can't help it. So let's see. I've got one coming up here. I've just got one that I wanted to show off, but this one's pretty wild, so I thought it was worth it. These things, man, they look kind of like near future, villain pack of dudes. They're up on BBTS. This is the 3-pack. The 3-pack, it's just 3 of these same figures, and then you also get this drone. And it looks like the drone kind of like plugs into the dude somehow. And yeah, I don't know, but they look like they've got wild articulation. They've got multiple heads. I don't know if they're from a property or not, but they look awesome. This is the drone, and here's the 3-pack loadout.
Oh wow.
And as you can see, bunch of hands, a different head option for them, cool weapons, stands, the whole 9 yards. So that's the 3-pack, and that's the 3-pack on BBTS for quite a sum of money. But you can get them individually, and this is what I did. I figured I would.
What's the size of these?
These are 112.
112. Okay.
Yeah.
First time I've seen them. So.
Yeah. I dipped my toes in and I ordered the individual one, but I actually ordered it off of Bomb Busby, and it was $60.
What?
Yeah.
What?
Actually, it might have been 80. I might be wrong. It might have been 80.
Okay.
It might have been 60 after the deposit or something.
Okay.
But either way, it was significantly cheaper than BBTS is.
Bob Buskey keeps doing that. I'm gonna have to start ordering stuff.
They do, man. They are the new version of Show Z, who used to do that but doesn't anymore. So,
right.
But these things look pretty awesome, and I love my figures with a lot of articulation, and it just looked like, I don't know, man. These touched on a lot of different things for me. So that was my take my money for this week.
Nice.
Trey, you got something?
I do.
All right. Let's pop on over there. And man, I need to get some Jeopardy music. And just
I did it quick. Look at that.
Oh, look at that. He was fast on the draw.
Quick draw McGraw.
Good stuff.
All right. So I realized that I didn't order Gal, and I had to do it. So
you're on a Street Fighter kick.
Oh, I am. Because these Jada toys, they're killing it. I mean, I realized I didn't order this guy. He's in stock. He's in
are these the figures that are at Target?
I think so. Yeah.
Okay. They are. There's a Ryu. There's a bunch of stuff out already. Chun-Li. Yep. Fei Long, M. Bison, Dowsum, all those guys.
I'm not a Street Fighter dude, but even I think these figures are great. I got Ryu, and just, I mean, the way that he poses and moves and comes with cool accessories, and $25, man.
Yeah, man, that's a good price point.
$25. You get the big old man with the flat top, and so he's got his effects and the little stand to go with them. I'm like chopping at the bit to like get other things into my pile of loot, and I might just pull the trigger and pay the $4 and get it on the way. But
it's $4.
Yeah. The bad thing is, like, recently, if you have a small pile of loot that you start to ship and they ship it DHL, that can be a problem. So I'm trying to avoid that. Try to get it where there's some other stuff to go in the pile of loot. But also, I kind of want to talk about something that's not a take my money. It's
kind of a reverse.
Kind of reverse of take my money. So I have really, I'm not a Transformers like collector at all. I love Transformers. I did buy this CO1 Missing Link, and this is amazing. This is an amazing figure. It has great articulation. It is almost exactly like your G1. I love it. And so then they started doing the Bumblebee and Cliff Jumper. I have those on pre-order. I passed on the Sentinel Prime just because I have no connection to it. But then the Corden and Sunstreaker came out, the Lamborghinis. They came out this week, and this price point, it's just not, the look doesn't grab me.
Yeah.
This, none of this really reaches my nostalgia point. So I think I want to pass on these.
Yeah. I mean, they should have done a bad guy.
Yeah, they haven't done any.
Yeah, they haven't done any bad
Decepticons yet.
But
I mean,
honestly, their whole
obviously,
shtick was these things look like the G1 figures, and I don't remember the G1 Lamborghinis. I know there were two different designs, but I don't remember the Sunstreaker looking like that.
I don't remember them having a hatch and a figure that goes
No,
inside of
certainly
them.
not that.
So that I think they're trying to stretch this a little far, and
well,
just
when they were part of the Diaclone line, they had little figures.
okay.
Yeah.
And so I had G1 Transformers. I had stuff as a kid, but yeah, I just don't collect Transformers. But I was in for the first three, but hopefully there'll be something come down the road that I'll want to get. But that's pretty much it. That's what I had.
All right. So in terms of remaining segments, since we are kind of getting a little bit long in the tooth here with this episode, you want to do some fantastic photos?
Sure, I got
I don't have a big explosion little logo for fantastic photos, but this is
Slacking.
I like my explosions, but so here, check this out. So I saw this and I was immediately like, holy crap. So I'm not sure where the background comes from. Like if this is actually like, the
From
Frank
the movie?
Miller movie,
Mhm.
but it definitely has that gladiatorial look. But you've got King Conan, and then you've got regular Conan cheering him on and stuff like that. I just thought this was a pretty epic looking, kind of battle scene, or maybe post battle scene where they're reveling on their victory or that sort of a thing. Just thought it looked super cool. So this is o.universo.do.bruno. I think it translates to kind of like Bruno's universe. Dude's got some cool pics, definitely worth checking out. And I mean,
Nice.
this is pretty top notch here. So I've got another one. Let me get the share going. And this, so
Wow.
this is my guy, the collectible critic, who does some awesome photographs with the Joy Toy Warhammer figures.
Nice.
And I dug this one, man. I just thought it was really cool. I'm not a huge fan of the Necrons. I like killing them in the game, but I just thought this looked really slick. So wanted to show them off. That's it. Just a couple short, sweet ones here for this show. Trey, did you have any you wanted to show off?
I have one I want to show.
All right.
I have one. So shout out to this is my picture actually. And here, we got to lead into
You're
what
like,
I'm going to
shout
show.
out to me.
No,
Shout out to
shout out
myself.
to Jay the Toy Enhancer Jameson of the Monster Force Customs and Collector and Customizers group. So he ran a contest. I won the contest with this figure. And I made this figure.
Ever since, he has been rubbing this in every episode.
This is Commander Zaldron, and I made the figure, and Jameson was like, "Man, this is a really cool figure. I'm gonna make this. Give me the formula for it." So he went, bought all the stuff, and he made his version of my Commander Zaldron, and he took some pictures with it, and I thought it was really cool. And he did a change to the figure, which I like because it differentiates him from the rest of the white faced. He took a crimson kind of paint and put it on the mask and makes him a little more menacing. So it's very cool to see somebody take a custom kit bash that I made and make it themselves because they wanted to add it to their collection. And I just kind of flattered he did that. And thanks for doing that. And he sent me these pictures. He shared it on the Facebook group. And I just thought it was cool. So I had to show it off.
That is pretty cool. And it was another chance for you to dig that in there. Like, I won this.
Hey, we'll see come February, man. I got to defend my title, man. February.
Yeah, you do. I thought I went hard, but well, yeah, man. So, was there anything else you were wanting to show off, Trey?
Um, I do have one shelfie, I think, from. Let me see if I got that.
So we try to, Patrick. We definitely try to kind of involve our community, by pulling in pictures that they've done, and ask people to submit things and stuff like that. So we certainly like showing off, the stuff that our viewers actually have made and put up. So,
and I didn't get to share this last week. So if you go to the share thing, and I'll show it off, and that'll be everything.
I got to do this thing first. Although it's not an explosion, but it's time for some shelfies.
Yeah.
All right, and you want your sharing scene, right?
Yep.
All right. Let's pull this one on up over here.
We go. Here we go. It's gonna be one of those. I gotta enhance. There we go. I got it finally.
Did you?
All right. So
okay, there you go. All right.
There it is. So this is the Bad Batch, the shelf from
cool.
Winford. He's usually in the chat. I'm sure he is still. But Magna Figure Photos. Check out his Instagram. But he sent this in to us and wanted to show off his Bad Batch crew here, which is I love the concept of these guys. I love them in the show. So just wanted to show that off.
That is a cool look. They look really good together like that as a team. I like that they kind of have their specialist look, but yet they're still kind of uniform.
I like this iteration of them. There's this like second season. They changed it up a little bit, but I do prefer this version of those characters. They look really, really cool.
For sure. Right on.
That's it, man.
That's it. That's kind of a wrap, man. Yeah, we got through more than I was thinking we were. Patrick, it was an absolute pleasure to have you on. And super cool talking to you. Obviously you're a collector as well as the creator, and man, keep up the good work. Keep in touch. We're happy to, have you as, part of the alliance. So we appreciate it, man. Thanks again.
Yeah, well, thanks for having me on. I mean, I love talking about comic books and toys. So anytime.
We'll definitely help spread the word of American Ninja X and anything you're working on. So
I mean, like the American Ninja X, Titanium Titans, and then Last of the Seekers is what we're going to be focusing on with the kind of regrouping with American Ninja. You might see American Ninja come back with, like, we might have a another character, a robotic cyborg ninja.
Ooh,
nice.
That we can army build.
That would be cool.
Like that. I like the idea of that.
Yeah.
Dropping us some cool stuff that's on the way. I like it, man. Well, keep us in mind. When that stuff kind of comes out, we will definitely be showing it off when when we've got something to show off, for sure, buddy.
Sweet.
Thanks for joining us, man.
Have a good evening. We'll talk to you later.
And everybody else, have a good week.
Well, you calling it there? Is it just?
Oh no, I thought you were calling it. Are we calling it? No, keep going. I'll keep going all night. I thought toys all night.
I figured we would at least talk a little bit about the next episode, something like that.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, we do got to do that.
We try to get that in there. Let me back out a little bit. I was real big on screen there.
Did miss one thing.
What?
We did miss one thing.
Who missed it? Did I
both missed it? We both missed it.
How did we miss it?
I need that share screen, bro.
I know exactly what you're talking about. I gave it to you to do it.
Yeah.
You said don't even try and put that.
I got it. I got it right here. I'm ready. I'm ready.
Okay.
When you
all right. Hold on. I'm getting to you. All right. Let's see it.
Let's see how long it takes. Oh, quick draw.
Oh, there you go.
Action Figure Alliance now has
a
Facebook group.
We have a Facebook group.
This is the Action Figure Alliance banner. Let's see. Enhance. And hats. So this is the banner, the initial banner that we released a group with. So go to Action Figure Alliance on Facebook. We have a group. Join up. Post your pictures there. Talk toys. Talk about the episodes. All the links will get posted there as well. Just have fun. Invite folks. And just a all around place to talk toys and hope to have a Facebook community there as well as many other places that we interact with folks.
This will be a good spot for us to, kind of interact with everybody a bit more, organically than we were able to here during the show. And we can kind of talk about, a lot of things. And I'm sure that a lot of those topics that we're talking about will kind of boil into the show and stuff too. So I'm pretty glad that Trey mentioned this. We both kind of were forgetting it, but this is not the thing that you forgot that I was thinking that you were saying that you remembered.
What you talking about, Willis?
You were going to show off something from Gridiron, were you not?
Yeah.
We could save it for next week.
We will save it for next week.
Yeah. So another point on the Facebook group is, oops, that's not the right one. He's left. Patrick's gone. We're definitely working on our end of year kind of top 10 best of or favorite action figure list stuff. And so don't forget, we are going to do a contest. I think we might end up doing maybe Trey chooses a list as a winner and that winner gets a prize and I do the same thing. So not even just one, but get your lists out there, get to working on them. We'll start talking about that probably next week. But we got some plans. We got some work to do and let's get back to building the community and stuff.
Right.
I think with that, we can call it a night. We can call it an episode.
All right.
All right. Cool. Well, thanks everybody. We're out of here.
This Saturday, Chromac Toys, Raleigh, North Carolina, NC Underground Toy Swap. Don't miss it. Come hang out with us. Setup starts at 11. Show starts at 12. Go to 4. So
we'll both be there.
We'll be there. And I know a bunch of other fellow North Carolinians will be there too. Looking forward to seeing folks and buy, sell, trade toys. So see you there.
Peace out, guys.
Later.
Yeah, we were on a mission, got my crew at my side. Scouring the shelves, we're down for the ride. Plastic warriors all lined up tight. From the comic shop counters to the late night site. It's the thrill of the hunt, gotta make it mine. I'm out here searching, yeah, taking my time. I'll flip every aisle, don't care what it takes. For that rare chase piece, I'm raising the stakes. Action Figure Alliance, yeah, we're bringing the noise. Rolling deep, rolling heavy with my action toys. Collectors unite, we're breaking the chains.